Good morning, class 9. Well, what do you do when you feel hot? You switch on the fan. Likewise, you start blinking your eyes when some dirt particle enters inside your eye. Or sometimes you quickly withdraw your hand on accidentally touching a hot object. What exactly is happening in these situations? Basically, we feel or sense something happening around us and respond to these changes. And how much time do we take to respond? Children, you will be surprised, not even 1 second. Human body is a complicated machine wherein lot of things happen at the same time. So how is this coordination between different systems and between different systems and external environment is brought about? All of this is done by the nervous tissue, which is the fourth type of tissue about which we are going to study today. This nervous system, it regulates and controls our body functions and activities, our thinking and feelings, learning and remembering, our way of walking and talking, beating of heart or digestion of food. Everything is controlled by this nervous system. Nervous system consists of two parts, as you see in this slide. The central nervous system comprising the brain and the spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system comprising the nerves which arise from brain or spinal cord. So the messages travel from the sense organs to the brain, and then the command is sent from the brain to the muscles or glands, which are the target organs. Now this nervous system is made up of special cells called the nerve cells or neurons. Now this is a picture of a neuron. These cells are highly specialized for being stimulated and transmitting the stimulus very rapidly from one place to another place within the body. Now let us see how this neuron looks like and about its structure. As you can see, it is very different from other kind of cells. It has basically three parts. The cell body or cyton, it is the main cell in which is present the nucleus and the other cell organelles. Then it has cytoplasmic projections arising from it, very thin dendrites which arise from the axon, from this cell body. Then dendrites are thin branching projections. Then there is one long thin projection which is called the axon. Axon is covered by myelin sheath which acts as an insulator, and it has gaps which are called the nodes of Ranvier, and these gaps divide the axon into smaller units called the Schwann cells. Now the bulb or like end of the axon is called the axon terminal and has nerve endings. This is separated from the dendrites of the next neuron by a small gap called the synapse. Now how do messages travel in our body? As you can see, the nerve cells are placed end to end to form long nerve fibers. These nerve fibers are bundled together to form nerves. The messages traveling along the nerves, they form the electrical impulse. Dendrites receive these nerve impulses which travel along the axon. The axon splits into axon terminals from where the impulse travel along the synapse and reaches the receptors on the dendrites of the next neuron through this junction. In this way, neurons communicate with each other and send signals across the body. On the basis of function, neurons are of two types: sensory neurons and the motor neurons. Sensory neurons carry impulses from the sense organs to the brain and spinal cord, and motor neurons carry impulses from the brain to the effector organs like muscles and glands. So as you can see in this figure, sensory neurons, they take the message from the sense organs to the brain, and motor neurons are taking the command back to the effector organs. So the example which I gave you in the beginning, that when we touch a hot object, we immediately withdraw our hand. This is how it happens, that the sensory neuron will take the message from the hand to the brain, and where this message is translated, and the brain will send the command through this motor neuron to the muscles of the hand to pull it back. This is how our nervous system works. So with that, we come to the end of this chapter. Also, the tissue chapter is over. I hope by now you must have understood the basic structure and function of different plant and animal tissues.